Good morning, welcome back to another edition of Durham Cares TV.
Hi.
It's been a while.
It has been a while, but we're here.
We are here.
And we're happy.
And we've got very happy, even though I haven't had any caffeine yet.
No.
But I'll tell you, we're really excited about coming back to you all because we've got something very important to share with you today. It's been a couple months since we've done one of these, and it has been this type of a reason to get together.
Yeah.
There's a real opportunity that we in Durham really need to band behind and get together on, and it involves Don Jones and the Durham Eagles, right?
Yes, it
so
does.
Don runs an organization that was really part of the inspiration for us starting Durham Cares, and that is to find and promote excellent organizations that are making a real impact in Durham that maybe other people might not have heard about. And this is one of those. There are how many kids in the program?
Yeah, 292 kids this year.
292 kids. And what's your operating budget?
Operating budget is just shy of 30,000 for this year.
What kind of kids are these?
Probably 60 to 70% of our kids come from single-parent homes.
Yeah.
Most of them would be considered at risk.
Yeah.
And you know, the good kids, they struggle to do things, and we're just trying to give them an opportunity to have some stability and some discipline in their lives, that give them the background to make better decisions as they go forward and be good citizens in the community and at home and at school.
So you're not just teaching them how to play football.
No, football is actually probably the least important thing that we do with our kids. Football is just a magnet. It draws them to us to give us an opportunity to influence those children.
And the kids that come through you, and if you haven't gathered by now, I don't know if I introed it right, the Durham Eagles is a Pop Warner football program. Don told you that 60% of these kids come from single-parent homes. They come from largely this city, and they've excelled on the athletic field. We'll talk more about that here in a second. But one of the things that I've really been impressed with over the years about the Durham Eagles is how you do academically. Your kids tend to do better than the average, right?
Well, we do. Our kids do well. One of the things that they're required to maintain a certain grade point average in order to participate at all.
Yeah.
So that helps. Our coaches are active, and a lot of our coaches actually will go to the child's school and go and sit in the classrooms and sit down with them, do their homework. We have a session at the end of practices where we call Good News, where kids, when they turn in, when they've done particularly well at school, they bring test scores in or a homework paper or whatever it is, and and the kids acknowledge in front of his teammates, and that stirs the competitiveness in all the kids, because then they want to be the child that's out front getting talked about. So it works out well.
Yeah.
But over the last year we had, I think it was, I want to say 16 academic All-Americans. I can't really remember for sure, but I think it was 16 we had last year. Out of the 270 kids we had last year. This year we've got nominated probably another 30 kids that are nominated to be academic All-Americans out of the 292 that we have.
Yeah.
So it's a big part of what we do.
Good. So if you weren't catching up to us up until now, we got 290 kids. Operating budget is somewhere between $30,000 to $35,000 for a 4.5-month intensive, holistic program looking at athletics and looking at academics. And for those of you who are slow in the math like me, that's a little bit over $100 a kid. It's an incredible investment in the kids' lives. They exceed academically. They love on these kids. And one of the things that most people in Durham don't know is that the Durham Eagles have won a national championship.
We did. Won a national championship in 2003. Been close a couple other times, and this year we got another opportunity. We got another team that's heading down to Disney World to compete, and they leave actually tomorrow evening to go down there, and they'll be there for 8 days, and hopefully we'll bring another title back to Durham.
That's right. And that's where you come in, because as you might imagine, from an organization that serves 290 and only has an operating budget of just over $30,000, they don't have tremendous reserves. The idea of shipping 26 kids and support folks down to Orlando isn't free, it isn't cheap, and we really have a great opportunity as a community to band together with the Durham Eagles and to help them make sure they have the expenses. And what's at stake here is not just a national championship, but it's really the hopes of 290 kids in the program as they look at this one team, and they know that next year every one of those 290 kids has an opportunity, when they work hard and they focus on a goal, they could go to Disney World, just like the guys who win the World Series, right?
That's absolutely true.
Right.
Absolutely.
So we need to raise, how much money do we need to raise?
We need $27,000 is what we're projecting our cost to be
Yeah.
to go down to this year. Yeah.
27. Now, some of that is being raised and by the parents and the kids themselves are being real aggressive, and maybe they're going to come up with 10 or 15, something like that.
That's our goal.
So we need 15 to 20, something like that, to help them, to supplement what they're doing. Any excess funds that are raised will go into the operating expenses to be able to help Don expand next year. But this is a great opportunity. It is the Christmas season, it's the end of your giving season. We hope that when you think about giving this year, you think about the Durham Eagles. And there are a couple different ways to give. You can go to Durham Eagles website and you can give. Or you can also give at the Durham Cares website. 100% of the proceeds that come through the Durham Cares website goes to Don Jones and the Durham Eagles. And we're going to be announcing sometime tomorrow, so stay tuned, that we'll likely do a fund match. In fact, we know we're going to at least do $1,000. We're probably going to do something in excess of that to help the Durham Eagles with their scholarship program. This is a great opportunity to lift up a program that's done great things, to help them get the funding for a discrete opportunity for a national championship, but also understand that they've got a great opportunity to really speak into 290 kids' lives, talk to them about the dream of college, talk to them about the hope of a scholarship program, and that's eligible for every kid that's there for 4 years.
Every child that completes 5 full seasons with us, regardless of what his athletic ability is, he receives a $1,000 scholarship from our program. And right now we call those kids the Elite Eagles. And right now we've got about 40 some odd kids in that program. We just added an additional 20 this year, so we're mid-40s in that program right now. And that's probably more important than the trip to Florida, to be honest with you. That's something that impacts all the kids, and that's really what we want to do. We want to keep that dream alive and in some cases ignite that dream of college, because a lot of our kids, they think high school and that's it. And we want them to understand that now, to be successful you need more than a high school education.
Yeah.
And so that's what we're really pushing.
So what's your website? DurhamEagles.com?
DurhamEagles.com, yes.
DurhamEagles.com or DurhamCares.org. Either way, the money will get in. And we thank you for your attention. This is one of those videos, and we've never asked you to do this before, but this is one of those videos we really hope that you share this. You forward it on via email, you share it and like it via Facebook, but you let other people know. This is an opportunity for people in Durham to recognize a great organization that's been around for 15 plus years, has already gotten a national championship, is about to get another, well, it's going to compete for another one. Scholarship for Kids at Risk. This is a great organization. Thank you for being involved.
Oh, and thank you.
How about Don?
Yeah, thank you, Don.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you
for loving
your neighbor.